All right, I was going to start at 7:15 on the dot, but now we have a giant spider invading the screen. Good Friday evening, everyone. Happy Friday to everybody. I wanted to hop on a few minutes early tonight and show everybody this gorgeous sunset, and then it just got photobombed by a spider. So, 'tis the season. Spooky season out there. Happy 2 weeks from Halloween, I believe is today. 2 weeks away officially until we hit Halloween, and the spider's already getting in the spirit. Hopefully you're able to get out there and enjoy what looks to be a really good Friday evening outside. We have no big weather woes, a gorgeous sunset, which is about ready to not be gorgeous in about 2 minutes, and really mild temperatures. As clouds are going to help to hold things up as we work way through the evening. Instead of dropping quickly into the low 40s like what we saw last night, a very cold start to tomorrow morning, yesterday morning rather, this morning, one of the mornings. The clouds like a blanket, and the southerly breeze will help to hold temperatures up. Some spots might not even sink south of 60 tomorrow morning. So a mild start to the weekend and a big warm up tomorrow. And when you see a big swing up in temperatures like this, it means trouble. And we do have a first alert weather day in place for Sunday. Make sure to stay weather aware. We'll talk about that. Okay, enough of the sunset. Hopefully you got to soak that in. 64 is where we sit right now. Again, a perfect patio night. Winds out of the south. And pressure starting to drop. And that is ahead of that next storm system, which is on its way for the second half of the weekend. Mid-60s close to downtown, and at the airport, 66 in Middletown, almost up to 70 back there in Connorsville still. A little wider view showing you this warm wave that's sweeping on in. 80s down towards Hot Springs, Wichita. That warm wave here arrives tomorrow. And we're going to see temperatures right around the 80 to 83 degree range in most spots across the tri-state tomorrow. Still a fairly pleasant Saturday. Can't rule out a stray shower early, can't rule out a stray storm really late in the evening and through the overnight, but most of the worst weather will arrive early Sunday morning right around sunrise. And that's what we're keeping our eyes on for Sunday as this cold front clashes with all that warmer air sweeping on in. We've been talking about it for days now. That threat is still there. The Storm Prediction Center has the big old avocado in place for much of the Mid-South, the pit there from, let's say, Paducah all the way back almost to Dallas. That yellow shaded area is a slight risk, a 2 out of 5. The tri-state, almost the entirety of which, under a marginal risk. Now, this is for tomorrow, but remember when I was telling you about this, this starts at about 8 a.m., runs through 8 a.m. the next morning. So this runs through 8 a.m. Sunday, and that is when our threat is pushing through. Starting as early in our westernmost communities as about 5 to 6, running through about 10 to 11 in our easternmost communities. That's the threat window, and since that it goes past now, that 8 o'clock window when this comes to an end here, they have extended our easternmost communities. Now you see there Sunday, so it's a little bit less misleading, still misleading, but that's just how it works. And now our easternmost communities, everybody under the marginal risk there Sunday, again, primarily early on. Right now, just a mix of high, thin clouds out there making for a beautiful sunset. I know it seems silly, and the graphic even looks a little silly, right, but this is a serious deal. If you have the inflatables, if you have any decor that's out there just sitting on the lawn, bring it inside, especially if it's lightweight and not anchored down or anything, or else you're going to go chasing it through your neighbor's yards, right? Or worse, if you live next to, like, say, a body of water, it might go missing altogether. Saturday, you have one last evening tonight or early tomorrow to bring it down. By late Saturday evening, we're going to already start to see some gusts over 20 miles an hour. By Sunday, even outside of storms, it doesn't even have to be a severe storm. Outside of storms, we could see gusts likely between 30 to 40 miles per hour for much of the day. Again, these are just gusts, but it doesn't take much to make Casper there go flying. So anchor them down as best you can or bring them inside just for a couple days. We'll still see some breezy conditions into Tuesday too, so that's something to keep an eye on. Let's talk tonight. We'll talk more about Sunday coming up in just a bit, but I just wanted to give you another heads up. You want to take that stuff down if you can, or else your neighbors are going to get some free decorations. 55 outside by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's downtown. Some spots, like I said, not even going to sneak south of... It's definitely not going to stink. Really nice, comfortable air tomorrow morning. 60 in Wilmington, 60 in Batesville. I mean, some spots are just going to be really mild outside. But a split weekend overall. Again, big swings like this time of the year, you know it's a problem. 82, it's not record-breaking. The record is 86. We are not going to break. How about now? That is really awful. How about now? Anybody have sound now? Did I just waste a whole 5 minutes of everybody's time? The sound should be back up. I thought we had sound to begin with. Somebody can clarify that for me. If not, I'll back all of this back up, and I apologize. Let's see. Check, 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 check. All right, so the sound should be back for everybody. It's on a little bit of a delay as I'm watching this come in. Okay. Sam, was there any sound at all that whole time? Just let me know. I'm going to keep on going, but... Okay, so, all right. That's really weird. So there's a little button on this thing that sometimes will get flipped, and it's just a mute button. It's in a really awful spot. So, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm just going to sit it on the table because I don't want my pocket to accidentally hit the button again. All right. All right, well, if we're all back now, hopefully you caught on to what I was saying. Great sunset, started early, really nice, mild night tonight, enjoy it, and now storms are rolling through Sunday. So if you're following me through the timeline, most of Saturday is going to be nice and dry. That line of storms will be pressing through early Sunday morning, and this is where we will have the severe weather threat. It's going to be early Sunday. So let me back this up. We'll go through this one more time. FC Cincinnati looks fine. You shouldn't have any issues there. All right, apologies for that. I don't know why that button got turned on. Sometimes that happens. Most of your Saturday looks good, all right? There could be a stray shower sprinkle through the day, but after 9 o'clock, that's when we'll at least run into the chance to see a slim chance for a shower or a thunderstorm, right? That's after that FC Cincinnati match wraps up. Then into the overnight, this is the main show. I can't rule out a sprinkle before 6 o'clock downtown, a little downpour, but the big show rolls in our westernmost communities as early as 5 to 6 o'clock. That'll be Ripley County, Franklin County, Fayette County, all the way down to Carroll County or so, right? That's the initial edge of that line. We're going to wait towards 7 o'clock. It starts to push just west of the state line of Ohio there, so Dearborn County up through eastern Franklin County, Union County, down towards Ohio, Switzerland, and Gallatin counties, even Owen County getting in on the action at that point. This is the line, the part of the line and the part of the storms where we're going to have the best chances, the highest chances for severe weather. Damaging wind is going to be our biggest issue. Cannot rule out, though, in one of these squall lines, an isolated tornado. So that's something we're going to have to keep a very close eye on early Sunday morning. We're going to wait towards 8 o'clock. Between 7 and 8, that line is likely to push through downtown, right? Models aren't always 100% correct. So we'll give ourselves an hour of grace period on both sides of that, 7 to 8 time frame, maybe as early as 6, maybe as late as 9. But generally, it's pretty good this close to the actual event. So we'll say about 7 to 8 o'clock, that should be pushing through downtown. I apologize again for the audio and for being awful at my job. By 8 to 9, it's pushing into our easternmost communities. So anywhere from Clinton County back down towards Mason County. And then it pushes out of the area, that initial line. Now, we're not done with the rain. It's going to be on and off through the rest of the day, right? It's going to linger. It's going to be a pesky pest. We'll go with that. But I don't anticipate much of what happens through the rest of the afternoon and evening is going to be anything strong or severe. Enough to be a nuisance. The winds are going to be howling. As I mentioned earlier, take down the Halloween decor because it will blow away down the street in a few spots if you have the inflatables that aren't anchored down. In terms of rainfall totals, this hasn't changed a bunch, but it has somewhat chicked back up a little bit for the next, let's say, 36 hours or so. Some spots could pick up over an inch of rainfall. Most spots at least a half inch of rain. That is beneficial rain. We need that. That should put a big dent in what's left of our abnormally dry conditions because a lot of those were north of town. Our best chances to see some hefty rainfall totals will also be north of town. I don't want to keep everybody on here too long on a Friday. I know it's a Friday. Just a quick reminder, this is a free app. Download the First Alert Weather app. Go to fox19.com/apps. You can get it on your iPhone. If we do have severe weather, this will send push notifications right to the palm of your hand. Great app to have in this sort of scenario, but even in a quiet day because you get the hour-by-hour forecast, a lot of other great stuff too from me and the rest of the team here. Weather on the go, it will go with you and follow you, and it's great. Here's a quick wrap-up of the rain chances. And again, best chances by and large the next 10 days are going to come in on Sunday. We've had a lot of nice weekends. This one's still half nice. If you count tonight, two-thirds of the weekend will be nice. But Sunday looks like a mess. Monday, Tuesday, there's a slim chance for a shower or two Tuesday. Breezy conditions will persist for that. And then we're mostly dry for the rest of that forecast. Here it is, 7 days. Let's roll through here so I can get you out the door here on a Friday night, a beautiful Friday. I don't want you to waste time trying to listen to me or not listen to me if I hit the mute button again. 82 Saturday, very, very hot for this time of the year. That might be our last 80-degree temperature of the year. We'll see, because the rest of this forecast is very not anywhere close to 82 degrees. In fact, most of the temperatures from here on out are about 20 degrees cooler than that, just in the highs. From Saturday, once that storm system rolls through early Sunday, early on we'll be in the low 70s, but once that initial line passes by, temperatures will be dropping through the day from 71 early in the morning to 64 around midday or early afternoon, to 45 as we clear out and cool down Monday morning. By the middle of this week, we'll hit 56. That's just the high on Wednesday, right? A little bit more cloud cover rolls in, filtered sunshine again, similar to what we saw outside today. We'll have that for Thursday, and then cloudy and cool there for Friday and Saturday. Next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, we have a UC home game at Nippert Stadium Saturday. That's UC against Baylor. Bengals, who they got? The Jets, I think, on Sunday at home. Weather looking good for that. Again, a really beautiful stretch ahead next weekend, so sorry about this Sunday. But next weekend looking pretty good. Mid-60s outside, plenty of sunshine. So stay weather aware on Sunday. If, it's looking awful for whatever reason, I don't know, I might roll out of bed. I'll be in pajamas, but I'll be here if I need to be. We'll see what happens out there Sunday, but I'm not expecting anything in terms of tornadoes or anything. The damaging wind threat, too, I really think our biggest issue for Sunday is just going to be the winds, even outside of storms, gusting to 40 miles an hour at times. Watch out for the witch decorations flying through the streets. Hold on to your, anchor down those small children's. Maybe put some rocks or some candy in the pockets to weigh them down a little bit if you're going out for a walk with the family. Small pets, keep them on the leash. Keep the leash short so they're not blowing around either. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your week. Not really a bad, Sunday once we get past that initial line of storms early on. It's just going to be nuisance stuff from there on out. I'm going to let you go. It's almost 7:30. Enjoy your weekend. We'll have full updates through the weekend as well. And like I said, if worse comes to worse, I'll drive back over here. But shouldn't have to. Hopefully shouldn't have to there for Sunday morning. Otherwise, like I said, thanks again for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, everybody. We'll let you go, and so you can enjoy it too. We'll see you.